Once again, back in Farah Nile Cruise podcast. I'm your host, Hamees, and now with Sofia. Hello, Sofia.
Hi,
How are you?
fine, thank
How
you.
have you been doing today?
Oh, great, fantastic.
Great. The weather is fine. Everything's fine.
A little bit cold, but it's
A little bit
fine.
cold. December.
For me,
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
December.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing Farah Nile Cruise. And I would like to ask you, how did you come across the cruise? Like, how did you know about a cruise? How did you come across it?
Well, my daughter, she works in a travel agents, and when we decide to come to Egypt, she looked for the best ship and the best experience, and well, she was right.
was it.
Yeah, that
Really?
was it. Yeah,
So,
sure.
what did you find really inspiring that can leave a long lasting impression on you in the future, too, from the cruise?
From the cruise, well, first of all, the welcoming of all the crew, the people who works here, they make you feel like you are home with big smile, with smiling in their faces, and they are very very worried that you can feel that you can feel like home and welcoming, and that's fantastic.
Yes.
Because when you are away from home, you need to feel like you are welcome in some places. So
You're very considerate about a guest.
yes, I
Right.
can feel that. Yeah,
And first of all, is it your first time sailing down the Nile River?
yeah.
Is it? And how was the
Fantastic.
experience itself, the landscape, and even for the cruise? How do you find the experience within the cruise sailing down the Nile River?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The view is fantastic. The color of the water and the contrast with the green and then the sand, mountains and the desert is fantastic. And it's a smooth trip, on the river. It's not like other cruises that they're like moving or so. So it's
Very smooth.
yes, very smooth, very calm, and it's like a relaxing. How do you say? Trip on the river.
Like you're meditating somehow. Like it's very slow, very
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And of course, you've been with the temples and you've been with the other visits. Can you tell me more about it? Like, what was your favorite temple so far in Luxor? Since we just left Luxor, how was the experience? What was your favorite temple so far?
Today's temple was fantastic. I mean, I was amazed with all the carving in the walls. I was like walking to one chamber to another chamber. It was like, oh my God, all the work and all the beauty on the walls and the significance on the because we enter in a chamber like was like perfume recipes of
Yes,
like
a chamber,
1,000.
yes.
Yeah, it was fantastic to know that they write down all of it on the walls that you can read there. Well, I can't, but the people who knows got all the recipes of the perfumes and the SSS, and it was beautiful.
Yes, you mean the recipes long time ago was actually engraved on the walls
Yeah.
with everything. Like it was
Yeah.
all documented on the walls.
Our guide told us, and it was like we were amazed, and all the history, like a storybook that is on the walls that this happened and then this happened and then this happened and then the TN because we saw this figure of the human like closing the book, that it's
Yes.
finished with the story, and it's fantastic, fantastic.
I'm really glad you liked it. And before our podcast, where you mentioned earlier that you're very interested in traveling, right?
Yeah, I love.
Yes. Since you travel a lot, what did you find here different? What did you find in Egypt different, and what did you find in Farah Nile Cruise different?
Well, every culture obviously it has its differences, right? But this is like I cannot believe yet that I'm in the other side of the world and that I'm in Egypt because I have this dream when I was a little girl and I was doing my work in at school that I love to draw the pyramids, and for me it was like I want to go there someday. So being here for me is I achieve a dream. So
Dream came true.
yes, a dream came true. So I cannot believe that I'm here, in the other side of the world.
I can feel the feeling that you currently see, and when you had something on your bucket list and now it's checked out.
Yes,
Thank God.
and now I'm here. So the culture is so rich and so amazing, and the way that all all the Egyptians made all these temples, and for me, it's like, how do they do this? The big stones and all the architecture and all. They think in everything. They're very intelligent people. So that amazed me. And that I think it's a very, very, very rich culture that I love it. I love it.
Okay, so that's considering Egypt. Considering Farah Nile Cruise, how did you find your stay since you are traveling a lot all the time? So how did you find it really different? What was really different from any other place?
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. Well, the differences is the welcoming, number one, for me, and all these spaces, because for me, for example, I'm a very, I don't know how to say, but I'm a very picky person, like that I'm very, I love the how do you say, cleanliness and the food, and I'm also a chef, so I'm very aware of the food in the places and the cleanliness in the bathroom, in the room, and how everything works. The organization, and I find that here that is with excellency.
Okay, you've mentioned two things that I want to ask about too. So you said you're a chef. So have you tried any Egyptian dishes so far?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was your best? If you can remember the name, I know
Yes, it's very
yeah.
confused, and yeah.
it might be some kind of really confusing to find the name again, but how did you find the food here?
Well, it's delicious. And the use of the species is very remarkable because we in Mexico, we have a lot of species also. We use a lot of the species, but here the species are with a stronger flavor. So, for example, I can notice that comino, you use it until the frijoles, the beans, and in Mexico we are not used to it, but in the combination with the beans and the habas, we call it, it's delicious. So I found that very remarkable and delicious. A different thing, a different use that I'm gonna keep it that, and I'm gonna use it at home, and well, the flavors are stronger than in Mexico, different, but you can find in the food at the end of the, how do you say, the
Is
palate?
the aftertaste, you mean?
Yeah, the
The aftertaste. Right?
Sorry about my English.
It's okay. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
The aftertaste is, you can feel it, and you can sense it, and you can
Yeah.
have the flavor in your mouth. So one of the most flavor that I found is the cumin flavor almost in everything you said.
Okay.
So I love it. I love it.
I'm glad you really like that too. And you mentioned that ever since you were a little girl, you were fascinated by the pyramids, by Egypt, and so on. Um, did you picture Egypt the way you found it, or was it something different? That was something that you didn't expect that you found, or something that you expected and you did not find? So,
Well, I didn't expect the enormous constructions, the power that you can feel when you walk into the architectural sites. It's
yes.
wow, you get amazed. It's not nothing like in pictures, nothing that I can see in my mind. Instead, where you are here standing in front of this magnificent, magnificent culture.
And you mentioned now too, because the topics that you actually bringing up to me are really inspiring me as well. Like I told you, you're a very inspiring person as well. Something about you entering the temple. Did you manage to feel any kind of feelings that were you never felt anywhere else? Like did that happen to you? Because some people experience that kind of thing, and I was just asking you as someone who experienced getting to a temple and feeling all the power there. So was anything specific that you felt, or I mean, like some kind of a feeling, energy, the vibes around the place? So anything specific?
Yes, as you can feel like obviously the energy of the work that they did there, like all the effort to do
The
that.
art.
They, yes, to honor the kings and to honor the this idea of greatness, to these people who was the king or the queen or the emperor or the pharaoh, so you can feel it because you can see it and you can it's so fun. It's amazing. I mean, I don't have words to describe.
I can feel the words.
Yeah.
I really
I'm
can
very
feel the
passionate,
words,
but
yes.
but I love when I walk into these kind of sites. I love to use my imagination to go to that time and to
Visualize
try to
how, yes.
feel how they felt to walk there,
Yes.
and try to imagine to recreate in my mind how look with all the people walking there.
How it was back then, how the life was back then.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. All
visualize.
the ambience and
Yes.
exactly.
Okay, since you are a great traveler and a great chef too, I would like, and you're very fascinated by Egypt and the ancient Egyptians. I will ask you like very few questions, and you will have to answer in just one word, really
Okay.
quick. All right. So traveling,
The the best,
the best,
the best
ancient Egyptians,
power,
Farah Nile Cruise,
uh, luxury.
luxury. You find it really luxurious.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you so much. It has been amazing talking to you today. And thank you for being with us on Farah Nile Cruise, choosing Farah Nile Cruise. And thank you for this talk.
my pleasure, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much.
Great.
And now that has been it for today. And stay tuned for more.